Graeme Wuth, I'm the deputy editor at SA Flyer magazine. I think like most pilots, I've loved aviation since I was that big. And it was only until a couple of years ago that I managed to save up the money and get my PPL and get into the industry properly and start flying. And then to further that and further integrate myself into the industry, I combined that with my studies, and I applied to work at SA Flyer magazine as the deputy editor. So I've been there for the last 4 years or so and keep on finding out how this game works. Yeah, it was a fairly short drive each morning. I knew where Eagles Creek was along the N14 from flying over a couple of times, and so yeah, I drove there straight away. It was against traffic. It was nice to get out into the country bit as well. Yeah, at the hangar for the theory side of things, the ground school, that was great. I think coming from a manned aviation side, a lot of it made sense quite quickly, but it was nice to be able to ask questions straight away in the class and clarify things that I need to clarify. And it all went great. It was smooth sailing. My theory and practical was split onto 2 separate days, but I know there were guys in our class who managed to hop across during breaks between lessons and during lunch breaks to do some practical flying in between the theory. And they had no problem with it. They quickly put in an hour's flying and were back again for the class. The part that really stuck in my head from this course that I've done is the practical flying. I love flying things, so that's been a lot of fun. And the novel part of it was trying to orientate myself when the drone's pointing at me, so when all the controls are reversed, so back is forward and forward is back and left is right. That was quite a challenge, and then trying to fly patterns like that was mentally draining. So after 5-10 minutes I was done. So that was a fun and challenging experience. Yeah, I think guys who have been flying as private pilots or commercial pilots really, I think it's a worthwhile endeavor. There's been little development in the manned aviation side over the last couple of decades, and our planes are pretty similar. I think the biggest advancements have been in systems and avionics and things. But the opposite is true with unmanned aviation and with drones. There's huge leaps in technology happening almost monthly. So that's where the innovation's happening. If you want to be involved in sort of the cutting edge of aviation, I think getting involved in drones is where it's all happening. So yeah, definitely worth doing it, and it's not a major leap either. Yeah, I'm working towards my RPL because it's something I'm interested in, and I think, yeah, for the magazine, it was we trying to branch into the drone industry and make sense of it. As I said, that's where I think development's happening, so we want to be part of that. But for my personal side, I think there's huge application for it, and I don't think we've even tapped into how we can really use drones at the moment. And it will tie in. I'd love to be able to integrate it into surveying and mapping areas and things like that. It's stuff that I'm interested in. So yeah, I'd love to see where the industry goes, and I think there's untapped applications. I'm going to definitely keep learning. I love learning as things go. I never stop challenging myself. And in terms of drones, I'm getting the multi-rotor license. I think I'd love to go back and get the fixed wing license. There's going to be specializing that needs to be done, and I'd like to keep up to date with what's happening.